Hi, my name is Deana Burris. I work at Trinity Oaks Retirement Community. I work all over the campus. I've been in physical therapy, I'm going to tell my age, for about 28 years now. So we are doing the Matter of Balance Session 7, which is going to be discussing and reviewing floor recovery and falls and the best way to manage yourself if you do fall, things that you need to be aware of. So we do have a class here today, so I'm sure there'll be questions and that will come up. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you have any questions during your class, I'm sure we'll have a great Matter of Balance instructor that will be happy to help you with your questions. Now, what we're going to review today, sometimes we don't even realize that we're going to have a difficult time if we do find ourselves on the floor. Sometimes we just assume that we can get up from the floor because we've gotten up every other time, and then that one time that we fall, we may realize, oh my goodness, my knees are just not going to let me get down to the floor. And you also need to be able to know that you can get down to the floor if you need to pick something up, and a safe way to do that. Sometimes we're used to just reaching out and trying to bend over. It really throws your balance off. So to know the safe ways to be able to get to the floor if you need something, and then the safe way to be able to get back up. So that's what we're going to discuss first, is just intentionally trying to get to the floor, the safe way to do that, and the proper way to get back up. And then we'll go into falls, if we actually fall on the floor, and the things that we need to be mindful of. So if we need to get on the floor for whatever reason, maybe you want to play with your grandchild, maybe you want to get down the floor and play with your dog, whatever. But you need to be able to get down there safely. So what we recommend is that you find a sturdy chair in your house, and preferably one that has arms on it. That's going to give you the most stability. So if I know I'm intentionally going to get on the floor, and let's say I know that my left knee is my weaker knee, or a bad knee, or a bad leg, okay? Then I want to make sure as I'm coming up and I'm going to intentionally go down, I'm going to go down on my right knee, which is my better knee, okay? So I'm going to come up to this chair, make sure that it's sturdy, it's not going to push out from behind you, and that the chair is sturdy itself, okay? So if I'm going to get on the floor, I'm going to come up, I'm going to put my hands on the chair, and I'm going to start my descent. I'm going to go down on my good knee. So as I'm coming down, I'm going to brace myself. This is one of the exercises that we do whenever we're doing our chair push-ups. That's going to help build the strength in your arms. You're going to have that upper body strength. If you have a bad shoulder and you're wanting to go down and you cannot put both of your arms on the chair, please do not go down like this. What's going to happen with that chair? It's going to tip with you. So the safe place to put your hand is going to be in the center of that chair. Okay? Not on the sides, unless you can put two hands. So if I need to come down here, that's what I'm going to do there. Okay? Now let's say I get down here, I do whatever it is I need to do. Let's say I have to get on down on the floor, and I'm playing with my dog, playing with my grandchild, whatever it is. You may have to find your own comfortable way to sit. You may find when you get down here, oh, my hips and knees just are not like they used to be. Okay? Stay close to your chair. And I would also recommend, if you want to practice to see if you can get up and down out of a chair, plan a time with Nancy or I. So if you have a question about if you can do that, don't try it at home alone, okay? Let us help you. We'll be happy to work with you with up and down off the floor and floor recovery in a safe environment, okay? So if I'm down, I'm kind of going to get back up the same way that I got down. If I know that my left knee is a bad knee, then I'm going to want to come up on my strong leg. Let's say both of my knees are bad. That floor is really, really hard. What's an option for me if I still need to get on the floor? Could I put a pillow on the floor to help cushion my knees? Sure. So that's a good option with that. So if I'm on the floor and I'm playing with my dog, now it's time to eat, I need to get up. So I'm going to come back to my strong knee. I can still put a cushion there if I want to. I'm going to come up to that strong knee. If both of your knees are good, then that's fine. I'm going to put my weight on that right knee. Okay? Now, when I am ascending up, I'm going to have to push with either my left or right knee, correct?
Correct.
Now, if my left knee is bad, where does that leave me pushing up with if I'm on my right knee? I'm going to be pushing up with my bad leg. So you might have to think about having that cushion there, because really you need to be pushing up with your stronger leg. Some of you can kind of push up with both, and that's fine. But let's say you can't. So I'm going to have to get on my weaker knee, and I'm going to place my hands on the chair. You can place it here if you'd want. Just make sure you're providing the same weight through both of the arms so that chair is not going to turn over with you. Place them here, and I'm going to push up with my stronger leg. Got to get that foot up underneath me. You can take some of the weight off of that knee by going ahead and getting your arms placed on that chair. I'm going to push up. I'm going to stand here just a minute, because what happens to your blood pressure? If I've been on the floor and I'm going from a sitting position on the floor and I'm coming up, what can that do to your blood pressure?
Orthostatic.
Orthostatic hypotension, exactly. So I could be a little dizzy. My chair could be a little more wobbly than what I was expecting. So come up nice and slow with the different positions that you come. Just take a breath. Probably 3 or 4 seconds is all you need, okay? Then I'm going to come around and I'm going to sit, reaching back for both arms of the chair, okay? Does anybody have any questions about intentionally getting up and down off the floor using a chair?
I have a question.
Yes.
I was too close to the edge of the bed and I went down on the floor. So what we did, I tried to get up, but I couldn't. I urinated on the floor, and because I was on my way to the bathroom. Anyhow, 911 came and they got me up, fortunately. But they held on to my arms and pulled me up.
Okay, and I know EMT has to get you up however they need to get you up, especially depending on what's happened when you have fallen. But you did bring up a good point, and I do want to, I want to make sure everyone did hear that, because this happens often whenever you fall. A lot of times you are going to the restroom, or sometimes with the fall and the trauma of that, you may urinate in the floor. Okay? So now you have a wet spot, right? You have to think about that as well. I know numerous people who have tried to recover and get back up and then slip and fall again because there's a wet place in the floor. That has happened, okay? So be mindful of that if you're trying to get up off the floor by yourself. And whenever we talk about falls, I'm going to address like if someone is trying to get you up, okay? So I'll come back to that, Miss Faye.
And they did that. They helped me up, which was nice.
Yes, yes. And EMTs are trained, so that they know signs to look for. They know how to get you up, so that's a good thing. Sometimes Good Samaritans can try to help us up, right? Falls are embarrassing, aren't they? What's the very first thing you have a tendency to want to do when you fall? If you fall in public, what's the first thing you want to do?
Jump up.
You want to just jump up. Oh, I'm fine. What is a habit if you see someone fall? Oh gosh, let me help you up. Right? Bad decision. Not a smart decision. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about if we are getting ready to fall. Sometimes we do not have any warning that we're getting ready to fall. Sometimes we fall and we are on that floor before we even realize what was happening, right? Sometimes we realize, oh my goodness, I'm losing my balance, I'm getting ready to fall, and down we go. Sometimes we have that few seconds of warning that, oh, we're going down and I'm not going to be able to recover this, right? So we've talked about, and with our exercises, the stepping out. If you're reaching in a cabinet, you want to step forward. You want to broaden that base of support, right? If you broaden that base of support, that's going to give you more leverage in being able to recover from a fall. If we know we're getting ready to go down, if you can kind of take your step to try to balance yourself, if you realize that's not working and we're going down, and keep in mind this is probably happening in about 3 seconds, okay? If you can start lowering yourself, just let your knees go to the floor. The main thing that we want to do is to make sure that we protect our head. Our head. If we fall and hit our head, there's a lot of things that can go on that we may not even realize is going on for maybe an hour or two after we have fallen and hit our head. So your natural instinct is to want to protect your head. But if you can lower yourself, if you realize that you are in a fall and you're not going to be able to recover, you want to try to make yourself as close to the floor as possible. I would rather break a hip, hurt my knee, than to hit my head and have a brain bleed. Okay? So we want to get low to the floor if you can. Try to protect your head and just relax and just go with it. Okay? So what happens whenever we find out, oh my, I'm on the floor, I'm going to think, am I bleeding? Do I know if I'm bleeding? So let's say I'm laying here. I'm going to borrow your little bag right there for just a minute. So I could be on my side. I could be on my back. I could be on my stomach. I could be anywhere. Very first thing I want to start thinking is, am I bleeding anywhere? Can I move? Have I broken my wrist? Can I move my wrist? Can I move my shoulders? Is my hip hurting? Can I get over and roll to my back? Can I move my legs up and down? Do I feel pain in my back? Pain in my hip? Okay? These are all things that you need to be processing after you fall. Very first thing is my head bleeding? First thing I'm going to ask is, where's your pendant? Your 911 alert, whatever it is that you're wearing, okay? Go ahead and, I would say go ahead and push that. And I'm talking about here in the community. It may be different if you live out in your home and it's going to be, well, EMTs. No, I still say push your pendant. Because at that point, you don't know where all you are hurt or if you're going to lose consciousness, okay? So let's say you're on the floor. I have fallen, and now I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here. I'm going to start checking my head. I'm going to start trying to see if I'm bleeding anywhere. I'm going to assess my body. Do I have pain? Sometimes the adrenaline of the fall and all of that excitement, you don't feel the pain until you start trying to move and start trying to calm down. Start taking your good deep breaths, getting your body calmed down, your adrenaline calmed down. Then start checking. Can I move my arm? Can I move anything? Can I roll to my back? Do I feel pain in my hips? Can I bring my knees up without pain in my hips? Okay? Pushing your pendant. Let's say you don't have your pendant. Okay? Now, I don't have a pendant, and I'm in the middle of the kitchen, and there's nothing that I have that I can pull and grab to. So now I'm going to have to start trying to get to something sturdy. Now, if you have a kitchen chair that is not very heavy, is not very sturdy, is that really the best choice if we see that we can move and scoot and try to move our bodies? Is that a good choice?
No.
No. I would try to get to a living room chair, a sofa. If you fall in your bedroom, get to your bed. Something that's going to be sturdy. Even if you fall in the bathroom, the toilet, or the side of the tub, if you have a tub in there. Okay? So if I can sit up, I'm going to sit up. Here again, I'm going to sit up. I'm going to let my blood pressure kind of equal out. Because if I've fallen and I've been lying on the floor and then I come to a sitting position, so you want to let your blood pressure recover. If I have something steady, that's fine. I'm going to go to that first thing that is steady. If I can bring my hips up, maybe I can't bring both knees up. Maybe I've hurt my shoulder. Maybe I've broke my arm. So you may find yourself in a lot of different situations. I'm going to try to scoot myself over to whatever I can get to. If you find that you are in a lot of pain or if you're bleeding, just push your pendant. Let someone come to you. You could do actually more damage. You could actually do more damage if you're trying to move. As long as you have help coming, then I would wait and let that help come and get me. Now, if you're in public and you have fallen and someone comes over and says, "Oh, Deana, let me help you up. Oh, let me help you up." Okay, we've learned how to be proactive with our own health. I'm going to say, no. Let me make sure that I'm okay. Let me check my body parts. I'm dizzy. I don't want you to stand me up yet. Okay? You may have to say that. It's a good intent of someone else wanting to help you up, but how sturdy is the person wanting to help you up? I have known situations where someone has fallen, someone's trying to help them up, they pull that person down, and actually both of them broke their hips. Both of them broke their hips. The one had broken the hip when they fell, the other one trying to help that one up. That was a husband and wife. That was true. It happens. Okay? Don't be eager either just to help someone up. It's almost like when someone is drowning. They're going to pull to you trying to get up, so you need to make sure you're okay with that. Definitely go to them, call 911, get someone for them, but really assess that. And I'm saying husband and wife. That would be a natural reaction. Oh, let me help you up. Really assess that, okay? So I've assessed myself. I'm sitting up. I've scooted over to a sturdy device. So now my stronger leg or my stronger arm may be very different. If I've injured my good arm, then I may be forced to try to get up on my other side. Here again, only get up by yourself if you feel like you're fine, there's no injury, I don't feel pain, I'm not bleeding, and I don't have any way to call 911 or push a pendant for someone to help you. So if I've assessed that and I'm going to get up on my own, I know what caused me to fall. I just tripped over something in the floor. Okay? It could be medication reacted, you're dizzy, maybe you blacked out, you fell. You don't know if you go to get back up that that's not going to happen again unless you have someone there to help you assess that situation. So if I determine that I am okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to determine which is my good leg. I'm going to get over on that weaker leg, get my good leg up. That good leg has to come up underneath you. I can push from here. I can push from here. I can use one arm if I've injured something, and I'm going to come up. Here again, try to assess yourself. Come around. Sit there a minute. Let that blood pressure stabilize again before you try to get back up. And then we've talked about if we have a fall, what is one very important, I'm going to give it to you. Two very important things you need to do. First of all, assess why you think you fell. If it's something obvious, you've tripped over something, you tripped over a cord, then you probably know why you fell. If you don't know why you fell, you really need to let family know and contact your doctor. It could be medication related. It could be something physically going wrong in your body. It could be vision. It could be lots of things. So make sure you follow through with your doctor about that. Okay? Are there any questions? Anything maybe that I did not cover? Or a scenario that maybe you have had in the past? An experience?
Yeah, I have some experience that I fell on a wet deck. I was using a cane and the cane slipped and I fell on my, luckily not on my head, but on my shoulder, on my right shoulder. And I tried to get up, not following what you were talking about, but there was a bench on the deck. I tried to get to the bench, and within about 5 minutes my wife came, and the two of us tried for about 15 minutes that I could get on my feet using the bench, and that was a mistake, because I found that in falling I'd broken my right arm and the upper right arm, and in trying to stand up I had caused a lot of other problems. And
Yes.
so eventually I called 911, and that was what finally, they got me up in a few minutes, and that took care of me.
And that's a safe way of doing that. You want to have professional help. Unless you can just get up on your own, you realize you're not hurt, that you can stand up on your own. Still assess that fall, assess why you fell, seek help, fix the problem. If it was a cord, move the cord. If it was a throw rug, move that throw rug. If you got up and you had socks on and you slipped, don't wear socks without the anti-skid. I mean, correct the problem, okay? We've talked about a lot of things in here to be able to correct those problems and to be able to foresee issues that could be possibilities for us. Ms. Faye?
You might mention that security here will not touch you.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
Call 911.
Yes, go ahead and call security so they will know 911 is coming. Go ahead and let them come to you in case you're bleeding or something. But that is true. Security here they are not medical, and they really are not allowed to get you up off the floor, okay? Because there could be something else going on that they're not aware of. So let professionals help you with that, okay? Any questions?
I would just add that what you could do as a good Samaritan is bring a sturdy chair to the person if you're out in public.
Yes.
Find something from the dining room.
Yes, yes, and let them try to help you. They need to be able to help themselves. If they cannot help you at all to get up, you do not need to be trying to get them up. Not smart. Not smart for you or them, okay? Thank y'all very much, and y'all have a great day.